I don't know if you guys remember this post I made on the 1st of January. Let me take you to the post.
We'll take a clip of things they're supposed to be doing and not playing around. Today we'll be talking about a very serious problem for a person. His name, Hadi Sirika, the former Minister of Aviation. The former Minister of Aviation, he was Minister of Aviation in August 22, that's 22nd of August 2019 to May 29th in 2003 where he left office. So in 2004, April 2004, he was charged with a 8 billion fraud case by the EFCC. He embezzled those funds allegedly through Enginos and Al Burak, that were the alleged alter egos of those companies were number one, his brother Ahmed Abubakar Sirika, and the daughter and son-in-law Sule Aruna. The daughter's name is Fatima. So you can see what Nigeria is going through. Nigeria is going through a very serious problem. The problem there was that for one of the contracts which was ready, they were awarded the contract for Katsina State Airport, the apron, and they awarded it for around 1.49 billion. So many figures have sprung up. It's not something that we can even talk about. Some say 19 billion, contract scam, money laundering case 8 billion, and so on, and so many billions flying around. And yet still, the average Nigerian will not see even a penny of that money. If you want to talk about things that we could use that money for, but before going into it, let's list out the allegations that was made by the EFCC with regards to the former Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika. I'm not a fan of people who will not mention people's name. That's why I want to mention the name. Anytime you check, you see people's name being mentioned here. That's the essence of this channel. That's the essence of this post. So number one, there was a conspiracy, abuse of office, diversion of public funds, contract inflation, money laundering, and criminal breach of trust. So amongst all those things, up till now, I think they are still working on it. This is one of the cases that personally I'm following up. The moment they give judgment and then we'll look at the judgment and the judgment is not following, that will be another issue for us. We would like to follow this case and know the outcome of this case, because people continue stealing from the nation's reserve, and then the poor masses, they don't have money for anything. Imagine what the total sum here would have done. You see some place they write 19 billion, you see some place they write 33 billion, you see some place they write 22 billion, you see some place they write 1.49 billion. Imagine what a total of maybe 20 billion would do for its citizens. Imagine what it for the despite the fact that it's a supposedly federal fund. Let's leave the federal fund thing aside. Let's talk about what this money would have done for the state where this man hails from. For the state where he hails from, 20 billion naira would do a whole lot. I mean, the hospitals, how many million would they say they used to build hospitals in those states? How many million would they say? At least around 100 million. 20 billion divided by 100 million. You understand how many hospitals that we're talking about here? That becomes an issue. That becomes a serious issue. That becomes a serious issue. If you go to these places, all these places that these politicians, these so-called politicians are from, there's nothing there, but then they have very fat bank accounts. You can't, my advice to them is that you cannot live in more than one house at a time. You cannot have, you say you have maybe 8 billion properties, land everywhere. How many will you use? What are you using those money for? Let your conscience be the judge. A lot of people do not have the simplest things of life, like standard drinking water they don't have, according to the SDGs. People are hungry everywhere in Nigeria. Of course, I read that in my last, I don't want to keep repeating myself. I read that, I made that in my last post. Those SDGs. Kingsley Moghalu still said, it's important that I keep on saying this. About 5% of Nigerians only own, that's the amount of people that own 500,000 in their account, only 5% of Nigerians, according to Professor Kingsley Moghalu, former deputy CBN governor. So that becomes a very serious issue. People in authority should take delight in trying to help their people with the available resources of the country. We are not asking you for your personal money. We are not asking you for anything new. We are not asking you for your business money. No, we just say use Nigeria wealth for Nigerians. That's just what we are asking for. We are not asking for much, I believe. Thank you.